Imagine if you could create top-ranking AI animated stories, but all you had was your phone. Well, in this video, I want to show you how to create AI animated stories using just your phone. Let's get started. Now, a quick backstory here. I made this video and people liked it so much, but then some people asked, what if they only had a phone to create the videos? Would it still work? So this is why I'm creating this video, and a disclaimer here, it may take a bit longer for you to use just your phone, but I'll show you the process anyway. So the first step is for you to get a story. Now, if you already have a story of your own, that is what we are going to use. If you do not, then you can ask AI to create for you, and the tool for that is ChatGPT. So on your phone, you're going to download the ChatGPT app, and then you're going to sign up, and then once you're signed in, you're just going to open it to a new prompt. So what we're going to first of all paste here is a prompt that is going to get us some titles which we can use in creating our story. So I'm going to paste that prompt down below. So the prompt is, give me a list of title ideas for an animated YouTube video series about a dramatic African love story set in whatever culture. So I'm going to adjust this to be in the Kikuyu culture. In the previous video, I used Maasai. You can use whatever African culture you would like to use. And then we're just going to enter this. So we can see ChatGPT giving us some title ideas here, and you just go through them and find one that you like. So when I quickly look at my list here, I like number 10. It says Bond by Secrets. So now we can go to the second prompt, and it says, give me a story to narrate with a voiceover for an animated African story for number that. So this number, we have said that we like number 10. So that's what we're going to enter here. Okay, and don't worry about the rest of the prompt. It's just going to help us in getting the parts that we need for our video. So we have a story summary there, yeah, and the title is Born by Secrets. It is what we chose, and then this story is about Njeri and Kamau. Okay, so it has chosen names depending on the culture that I chose, and then you have your conflict, you have a narrative script for the voiceover, which is brilliant, what you're going to be saying, what is happening in the particular scenes, and a prompt for AI images. So we're going to use all these parts as we go along. Now we are going to go to step 2. So step 2 is us creating the visuals that we need for our video, and for this we are going to be using AI generated images. So the tool we shall be using here is Leornado, and you can get the link in the description down below. So we're going to go to Leornado, and we're going to click on where it says image generation here. This is where we're going to enter our prompt. Now, important to note here is that if you're on the free version of Leornado, you're going to get up to 150 free characters that you can use per limited number of hours. Okay, so once you're in the image generator here, we're going to go back to ChatGPT, and we're going to copy our first prompt here. So this one is of the opening scene. So just going to select the text here, come and paste it back here, yeah, and then we're going to look at the model that you're using to generate. So if you look here, you have different models that you can use. I'm just using Leonardo Anime XL. Okay, so that is just the model that you're using, and make sure that you're using more or less the same model to create the different images for your particular story, so that you have a bit of consistency. Okay, so while we are still on the settings here, let me go back to settings. You can also decide the number of images that you want. So more images is going to get you using more tokens. Okay, so we're going to make sure that we only use 2 for this. So I'm going to put number of images is 2, and then you have the image dimensions here. So you can select the one you want, and then you also have some advanced controls here where you can select the aspect ratio. So I'm going to select the 16:9 aspect ratio because that is what we need for YouTube. Now, important to note here is that each model is trained using different dimensions. So you can see when we click on that, it says note that the selected model has been trained at 1024:768. So you will likely find the best results rendering at that resolution, then upscaling. Okay, yeah, so that is important to note. We could follow that advice and just have it at the 1024:768 because it is also important for us to get a good quality image. Okay, so I think now we are done. So we're going to go back to the main page here, and then we can click on generate. Yeah, so we have some 2 images to choose from here. I like this one, so I'm just going to download that one. Okay, let's go on to our next prompt. So I'm going to go back to ChatGPT here, and we're going to look at, we have the opening scene, we have the first scene. So Njeri is dressed in a traditional Kikuyu attire walking through a vibrant market. Yeah, so this is the first instance that we have Njeri, and so this is the prompt that I'm going to use to see whether we can get a description so that we're able to get some consistent images. Okay, so I'm asking ChatGPT to give me a 200 character maximum description of a young African man. So here we can say African lady, so that we can create the lady first, called, so we said her name, I think, is Njeri. okay, and then her age is 24, her hair color, clothes style, and then we can say she wears something. Maybe what does she wear? Maybe she can wear a red scarf. So when you enter this in ChatGPT, what we want is something that we can use to see whether we can get a consistent image for Njeri. So just copy this, and then we're going to come back to Leornado. So we'll paste this first, and then we just click on generate so that we can have maybe like 2 images of Njeri, and then we can continue creating the other scenes. So we have the images created here, and I press this several times just to see whether we can get different variations of Njeri. Okay, so I like this one. Let me see these other ones here. So this can be our Njeri, but we can also download another one. So the next thing I'll do is just go to the next scene in ChatGPT. Okay, let's go back to where we had the story and just look for where we have Njeri being described. So we have Njeri in a traditional Kikuyu attire. Okay, so we're going to copy this. So just copy that, go back to Leornado, and now we're going to paste it just after this. Yeah, so we're not going to change the top part, we'll just generate this as it is. So we'll click on generate here. So you can see again now this is Njeri. We are going to download this one. Okay, so now we're going to create in Kamau. So you can use the same prompt like I showed you to first of all create Kamau, and then you can have a sort of consistent thing to just work with. So we have hair length and color. So we'll enter that so that we can have something to describe Kamau with. Okay, so again we're going to select this text, and then we're going to go back to Leornado, and now we are going to paste it here just after we've put in Njeri's, and then we are going to say what Kamau is doing. So we will go back here to ChatGPT. It had described the scene, and then we are going to come and paste it here, and then we're going to click on generate. Okay, so in there we have the description of Njeri and also the description of Kamau and what we want happening in that particular scene. Yeah, so we have Njeri and Kamau here. I think I like this one. So you download that one, and then we go on to the next scene, and you continue on and on until you have the different images for the different scenes. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video, remember to like it and subscribe to the channel. It really helps with the algorithm. So the next step is for us to start putting our video together, and for that we're going to use Capcut. And why we're going to use Capcut is because Capcut really makes it easy for you to edit on mobile. So that is what we're going to be using. So you just open the Capcut app on your phone, and what I recommend to ensure that you get the 16:9 videos is probably open another video which is the same dimensions as the one we want to create. So it could be this one that I had used for a previous video, because you know our photos are not these 16:9 dimensions, so that could be a problem if you go directly into just creating. So this is going to be helpful just to ensure that we get the right dimensions. So I'm going to go to our plus button here, and now we're going to go into selecting the images. This one as the first one, and then we can use this one. I'll also use this one, and then we can use this one, and finally we can use that one if really necessary. And then I'm going to just click on add. Okay, so now we have our images here, so I can just delete this previous video. It has helped us to come up with the dimensions. So now we're going to go into editing our video. So we have the images here. Yeah, we've already selected them in the order that we want them to be. Now we want to add in audio. So if you want to use an AI generated voice for this, then you can use 11 Labs. So you just go to where your story is. So you just copy that, and then you go to 11 Labs. So here is where you're going to put everything you want the narrator to say. So just paste it there, and then you can check for the voices, choose whichever voice that you like. There are so many voices. So if you like a voice, you just select it there, and then you can click on generate speech, and it is going to generate the speech for you. But for this, I'm going to use my own voice to narrate this so that I can show you how you can do that using Capcut. Just look for where it says audio, and then click on record. And when I hold down the record button, it's just going to allow us to start recording. So just have your story somewhere where you can be able to read it. Okay, so we start. In the heart of the Kikuyu highlands, where the morning sun kisses the rolling hills, a story of love and secret begins. Once you're done with your audio, just click on this check mark here. So as I continue to record, you saw the images cut off somewhere, but that's still okay because this is where we are going to work with our editing now. So the first thing we'll do is remove this first gap there so that we have our audio beginning somewhere here. So we'll also trim that image there. So this whole part is the opening scene, but we haven't put in our opening scene here. So when you want to add the image, you just press on that plus and just look for the scene that you need. This is the one. Yeah, so this is where we have the opening scene. We just check to see how long it needs to go. So it's until in the heart of the Kikuyu highlands, where the morning sun kisses the rolling hills, a story of love and secret begins. Okay, so it's until somewhere there. So we're going to split this audio. I want to split so that it's going to be easy for me to work with this. So we have this until somewhere here. Okay, so we can also add an animation to this. So you just select it and then you come to the animations here, and maybe you can have it maybe zooming in or out. So we just look for maybe here zooming in, and then we can just increase the duration like that, and then just check that. And then we can have this second scene, so we can have something else happening to this scene. So we could go to maybe the style now, and we can look for something. So this one could be using this 3D scene. Okay, so if it doesn't apply, you can just go back to the style and just ensure that it has applied it. So it's supposed to say applying. So I think somewhere here, we'll just split this again. And the image that we shall use for this, I think we use this image of Njeri and Kamau. So just pull the image to where you want it to be. Yeah, I want it to be here, and I want it to have the same animation. So I think we have used a style, then we used the 3D zoom, this one. Yeah, so just click on the check mark. We want to ensure that it applies this to this scene, because now we are introducing both Njeri and Kamau. You can add in other filters as you find fit and just like have so much fun just editing this. The next thing we want to do is add some music for this. So I recommend using the YouTube audio library. So you're just going to search for the YouTube audio library since you're on your phone. And then once you get it, you're going to have access like to a lot of music that you can use. So you can just search using the African themes. Yeah, so there's so many. You just zoom out so that when you like one of them, then you can just download it. I already have one downloaded, and I'm just going to add it to our video here. So I just want to show you how to add the music. So once you've downloaded, you're going to come to audio here, and then you're going to click on sounds, because that is what we want to add. And then you're going to go to your folder and then your device, because we already have music downloaded here. So this is the one that I want to use. We can use that one. So you just click on the plus button there, and it's just going to add it. So just hold it and drag it to where you want it to start. Ensure you reduce the volume. So just reduce the volume maybe until there. Okay, once you're done, now this is another important section that we want to do here. We want to add in some captions into our video. So you're just going to go back here and find where it says text. And then we're going to add auto captions. Okay, and then it's going to detect the language. Then you just click on generate. Okay, and it's going to generate the captions for you. Okay, so here we have our captions. So just move them to where you want them to be. So you click on the captions themselves, and then we're going to go to the styles. So just look for styles, and then we're going to look for a font that we like. Yeah, we can use this one, and then ensure that they are also fitting in. So if you just click on them there and just go to edit captions, then you can edit them here, and you have other styles to choose from, and then you continue editing to ensure that everything is as you would want it. So in case you want to make the images bigger so that they can cover the 16:9, then you can use Canva to do that. Once you're done, you can just export the video, and this is what our final video looks like. In the heart of the Kikuyu highlands, where the morning sun kisses the rolling hills, a story of love and secret begins. This is the tale of Njeri and Kamau, two souls bound by destiny and divided by family secrets. Njeri, the daughter of a respected elder known for her beauty and wisdom, walked through the bustling market. Her heart light, her smile bright. Little did she know her life was about to change. Yeah, so let me know what you thought of the video. If you want to learn more on creating videos just like this, ensure you subscribe to the channel. My name is Paris, and I'll catch you on the next one.